Listen closely. Chosen one, this is not just another message, and you are not here by coincidence. What you are about to hear carries divine weight. It's not entertainment. It's not content. It's a spiritual command, delivered in perfect timing. You've been led here by the hand of God Himself, guided to this very moment because heaven has something urgent to release into your life. Your soul already knows it. That feeling in your chest, that stirring in your spirit, that's confirmation. The shift has begun, and your role in this shift is more crucial than you can even comprehend. This is about alignment. This is about protection. This is about legacy. And most of all, this is about obedience. Stay inside. Yes, stay inside. Not just physically, but spiritually. Block out the chaos. Close the doors to distraction. For the next 24 hours, you are being called to separate yourself. The eclipse is not just in the sky, it's in your soul. This is a spiritual phenomenon that transcends logic. The signs are already manifesting. Some of you are feeling the pressure building, your hands shaking, your breath catching, your emotions flaring for no reason at all. You're not broken. You're being activated. This is the divine contraction before supernatural birth. The energy of heaven is converging upon your life, and you must be spiritually grounded to receive it. Because if you don't take this seriously, if you let the noise of the world interfere, you could miss the window you've been praying for. You've cried for this moment. You've fasted for this change. You've fought through hell to get here. Now it's time to receive, but not without instruction. God is not asking you to strive. He's asking you to stay still. The next 24 hours are sacred. What you say, what you think, what you allow into your atmosphere will echo into your future. Do not fight. Do not engage in sin. Do not let the devil distract you. He knows how powerful you are, and he knows this moment is designed to launch you into the next dimension. That's why the warfare has been heavier. That's why the pressure feels unbearable. But you're not being punished. You're being positioned. Before we go any deeper, I want you to pause and do something prophetic. Type 999 the comments right now. Why? Because 999 is the number of divine completion and release. It signals to the universe and to the spiritual realm that you are ready to let go of the old and embrace the sacred new. When you type it, you're not just engaging with a video, you're activating an energy. You're joining with thousands of other chosen ones across the world who are being called into this same moment of supernatural alignment. And to those of you who have been supporting this message, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your donations through Super Thanks are not just financial, they are spiritual seeds. Whether you've given or not, your presence here matters. Your time, your attention, your hunger for truth. That's what fuels this mission. I'm grateful for you, no matter what. But if you feel led to give, know that your offering multiplies the reach of this word. It allows us to keep creating messages that awaken the chosen. Now, if you've made it this far, that's proof your spirit is already aligned. So lean in, watch until the end. Don't miss what God is about to reveal, because your entire future is hanging in the balance. Let's begin. God's chosen ones, stay inside for one day. Your future depends on this moment. Chosen one, stay inside, not out of fear, but because something divine is in motion, and the heavens are watching your every step. Can you sense it? There's a vibration in the air that doesn't belong to the mundane. It's not just another day. It's a divine intersection, a sacred command, echoing from realms beyond the veil. This isn't the voice of human logic or earthly routine. This is the unmistakable whisper of God cutting through the distractions of your daily life, urging you to pause, to retreat, to honor what is unfolding in the unseen. Why now? Why you? Because you've been marked not randomly, but deliberately by the Most High, to witness a moment few will even perceive. God is calling you into stillness because your future hinges on this sacred pause. You're not hiding, you're aligning. You're not stepping back, you're stepping in. Have you ever wondered why the greatest transformations begin in quiet rooms, behind closed doors, away from the noise of the world? Think of Esther, who saved an entire nation by following divine timing and remaining hidden until the exact moment of her revealing. She didn't rush the process. She stayed inside until God's hand moved. Like her, you are being called into a divine holding pattern, not as punishment, but as positioning. The universe is about to shift around you, and your stillness is the lock that opens heaven's door. Go into your rooms. Close the doors behind you and hide for a little while until his wrath has passed by. Isaiah 26:20. This isn't merely symbolic, it's strategic. The energy surrounding this specific day is sacred. It's the kind of spiritual convergence that only happens once in a generation. What if this moment is the one your ancestors prayed you'd live to see? Even in modern times, stories echo this truth. Consider Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years locked away in a prison cell. To the world, it looked like exile, but spiritually, it was preparation. His silence wasn't stagnation, it was an anointing in the dark. His comeback was cosmic, because he honored the stillness. So now, chosen one, ask yourself, what if staying inside this one day could unlock decades of destiny? The alignment of the celestial bodies isn't just astronomy, it's divine choreography. It's the moment when God clears the stage and says, "Watch what I'm about to do for my anointed." You're not just witnessing this eclipse. You are participating in a holy activation. The sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and glorious day of the Lord. Acts 2:20. This is not a coincidence. It's prophecy. Think about Serena Williams during her off-seasons. While the world moved on, she was hidden in training alone, refining, renewing, recovering. And when she returned, she didn't come back the same. She came back stronger, sharper, crowned. That's the pattern. The chosen are often summoned into isolation right before divine eruption. This moment of staying inside is more than rest, it's revelation. The spirit realm is pulling back the curtain. There are downloads being transmitted right now that only the quiet ones will hear. The question is, will you be quiet enough to receive? Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Stillness isn't passivity, it's posture. You're not wasting time. You're absorbing power. You're preparing for the unveiling. Even in history, we see this same divine formula. Take Martin Luther King Jr. There were moments when his team urged him to act, to speak, to move. But the most pivotal decisions, those that changed nations, came from time alone with God, from the still places. And when he stepped forward, the world shook. Just like him, you're not being hidden because you're forgotten. You're being concealed because you're sacred. Don't fight the pause. Honor it. The eclipse that approaches is not just a play of shadows in the sky, it's a mirror for your soul. It's a rare alignment where divine energy descends upon those who are ready to receive. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Psalm 19:1. The sky is speaking. Are you listening? Imagine this: a young Steve Jobs, after being fired from his own company, retreated into silence. The world mocked him, but in that quiet season, creativity bloomed. He returned and birthed a legacy that changed technology forever. His comeback was divine timing, disguised as human delay. Yours is no different. What feels like a stall is actually your sacred reset. This day of isolation is not about restriction, it's about revelation. You are about to walk into a space where your spirit is finally louder than your surroundings. Call to me and I will answer you, and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Jeremiah 33:3. The veil is thinning. Chosen one, the spiritual world is leaning close. Can you feel the pull? And now, in this exact hour, you must prepare. How you manage your thoughts, your prayers, your energy. This will set the tone for the chapter ahead. You may feel strange sensations. You may sense unfamiliar emotions. Don't run. These are signals of activation. As the eclipse draws closer, your spirit is being fine-tuned to hear what others can't, see what others overlook, and feel what others numb. You're not just watching this unfold. You are the sacred participant, the bridge between heaven and earth. The spiritual GPS is rerouting everything around your obedience. The next level of your journey has been waiting for this agreement. Are you willing to honor the call? And just as Oprah Winfrey once said, the key to realizing a dream is to focus not on success but significance, and then even the small steps and little victories along your path will take on greater meaning. This is one of those small steps with eternal significance. Today may feel like any other day to the world, but to the heavens, it is the sound of a chosen one accepting their appointment. Don't underestimate what can shift in 24 hours of stillness. Your obedience now will echo through generations. Stay inside not to escape life, but to step deeper into it. You are not behind. You are right on schedule. You are not waiting. You are being positioned. This is not a pause. This is a portal. And when the time is right, the door will open, and you will emerge as the proof that God still moves through those who dare to listen. As this sacred day continues to unfold, chosen one, you may begin to feel things you can't quite explain. Your hands may tremble without warning. Your chest may tighten, not from fear, but from something deeper, something ancient. There might even be moments when waves of emotions rise out of nowhere, catching you off guard, leaving you breathless. Don't dismiss these experiences. Don't assume something is wrong with you. These are not random symptoms, they are spiritual signals. Your body is responding to a divine upgrade in progress. Can you feel it? The energy within you is shifting, accelerating, elevating. You are no longer just walking in the natural, you are entering supernatural alignment. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7. This is not chaos, it's clarity preparing to manifest. Have you ever heard of Harriet Tubman? Many don't know that she often experienced what she called visions powerful, often overwhelming spiritual insights that guided her to rescue hundreds through the Underground Railroad. What the world may have seen as strange, she recognized as divine. Likewise, your shaking hands are not a sign of weakness. They are a sign that power is moving through you, power you haven't had to carry until now. Your body is catching up to your calling. That pressure around your heart, it's not panic, it's breakthrough. Your heart is expanding, stretching to hold more divine love, more discernment, more frequency of purpose than ever before. These aren't just emotional stirrings. They are physical confirmations of spiritual preparation. I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. Ezekiel 36-26. You are being rewired. Chosen one. Cell by cell. Thought by thought. Breath by sacred breath. And yet, we often ask, why does awakening hurt? Why can't transformation be comfortable? But think about the metamorphosis of a caterpillar into a butterfly. That cocoon isn't a spa. It's a place of intense restructuring. Everything breaks down so that something divine can emerge. In that same way, this discomfort you feel is evidence that you're being rebuilt from the inside out. Consider the story of Tesla's founder, Elon Musk. Whether you agree with his methods or not, he often spoke about the physical toll his vision took on him: sleepless nights, chest pressure, emotional overwhelm. But all of it was in service of a massive shift, a disruption of the known world. If someone can suffer physically to launch electric cars, how much more should you honor the sacred discomfort of a soul chosen to carry divine revelation? This isn't burnout, it's birthing. And birthing doesn't happen in public. It happens in private, behind closed doors, where only the brave remain. Have you been feeling strangely tired, like your energy is both rising and draining at once? That's because your vessel, your human body, is adjusting to carry a higher voltage of spiritual awareness. Even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. Isaiah 40-31. This is not exhaustion from overworking, it's a sacred fatigue that comes before divine revival. Let your spirit lead while your body recalibrates. There's no shame in needing to rest, to be still, to let the frequency wash over you until it feels natural. You're not losing strength, you're absorbing glory. Look at someone like Maya Angelou. Her poetry didn't just flow from intellect, it flowed from deep emotional and spiritual downloads. She often described writing as something that moved through her, not from her. That surge of divine energy left her tired, weeping, sometimes shaken, but never broken. You are being used the same way, as a vessel, as a bridge between heaven and earth. These moments of trembling are not disruptions. They are introductions. God is introducing your soul to its next dimension. Do not be surprised at the painful trial you are suffering, as though something strange were happening to you. 1 Peter 4:12. Your symptoms are sacred. They are not to be medicated away or suppressed in fear. They are to be embraced as the language of the Spirit. Every cell in your body is recognizing that the spiritual realm is taking precedence. You are being fine-tuned. Have you ever asked why some people seem unaffected during spiritual transitions, while others like you feel everything so deeply? It's because you're not ordinary. You're chosen. Sensitivity is not a flaw. It is your access point to discernment. Take the example of Nikola Tesla himself, who reportedly had vivid spiritual impressions and even felt electromagnetic vibrations through his body. Many dismissed him as eccentric. But the truth is, he was tapping into divine laws the world wasn't ready for. Could it be that your sensations, your visions, your sudden changes in emotion are divine messages, not dysfunctions? Are you willing to trust the process even when your body doesn't yet understand the language? This is your initiation. Chosen one, not through robes or rituals, but through tremors of the Spirit. Don't run from it. Lean in. Trust the unease. It's carving space within you for something greater. This is what happens when heaven touches earth, and you're the conduit. Stay inside. Let the frequency flood you. You are not broken. You are becoming. The power moving through this spiritual eclipse is not ordinary. It is immense, sacred, and divine. Chosen one, you are standing at the edge of something the world cannot measure, but your soul can feel. This is not just another eclipse. It is a rare collision of celestial forces designed to create a gateway between dimensions, an open portal where heaven leans in and whispers directly into your spirit. Can you feel the air shift around you? That heightened sensitivity you're experiencing is not your imagination. It is spiritual reality intensifying. The closer this moment draws, the stronger the frequency becomes, and those who are spiritually attuned, like you, will feel a divine surge rushing through their being. This is your invitation to rise above the noise and step into a realm where your identity, purpose, and destiny are being activated in real time. He reveals deep and hidden things. He knows what lies in darkness, and light dwells with him. Daniel 2:22. You are being shown the hidden things, the sacred codes others miss. This isn't just a cosmic event. It's a conversation between you and the divine, a moment where God is speaking back in frequencies, in fire, in alignment. During this eclipse, your prayers carry more weight than ever. Heaven is listening with greater clarity, and the words you release in this moment will echo beyond time. Have you ever felt like your prayers went unanswered? Like your voice hit a spiritual ceiling? Not this time. Not during this eclipse. The veil is thinner now. The realm between heaven and earth has narrowed. The divine current is strong. When you speak, it won't just be heard. It will be honored. Then you will call upon me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. Jeremiah 29:12. But ask yourself this: what will you say when the universe leans in to hear you? This is not about begging for material things or making shallow requests. This is about aligning with divine purpose. What is the mission written into your DNA? What is the promise God whispered to your soul before you were even born? The eclipse is your opportunity to remember it, to return to it, to declare it boldly without hesitation. During this sacred portal, your desire must match your destiny. Don't just ask for things, ask for alignment. Ask for courage to walk in your anointing. Ask for clarity about your assignment. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Psalm 37:4. This is your moment to delight in divine will, not in fleeting wishes, but in eternal alignment. Think of Oprah Winfrey's turning point. After years of struggle, she didn't just wish for success. She aligned herself with her calling. She once said the moment she surrendered, striving, and began to walk in purpose, doors opened supernaturally. This eclipse is that kind of moment for you, a moment where effort gives way to alignment, where striving is replaced by flow, where your prayers don't just move heaven, they move you into divine position. Have you written your intentions? Have you spoken them with the authority of someone who knows they are chosen? Even Moses had to go to the mountain to hear the voice of God. And when he came back down, his face was glowing. Why? Because divine encounters mark us. This eclipse has the power to mark you in a way that sets you apart for the rest of your life. This is not merely a change in the sky. It's a reconfiguration of your spiritual coding. What if the reason things haven't shifted yet is because heaven was waiting for this alignment, this moment? This you, Beyoncé, before becoming an icon, spent entire seasons in silence, visualizing, preparing, refining her vision and intention. She understood the spiritual principle of setting intention before manifestation. That's what this eclipse requires of you, not passive observation, but active intention. Write the vision and make it plain. Habakkuk 2:2. This is the time to speak clearly, write boldly, and declare prophetically what you know is meant for your life. You are not waiting on fate. Fate is waiting on your agreement. This portal won't remain open forever. Just as the moon eventually moves past the sun, this window will close. So, chosen one, what will you do while the light bends, while the heavens align, while the divine says, "Now is your moment"? Have you been praying for a sign? This is it. The sign has come, not on a billboard, but in the stars, in the trembling of your hands, in the fire in your bones. You were not made to spectate. You were made to co-create with God. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you so that you might go and bear fruit, fruit that will last. John 15:16. This is your time to plant the seeds of destiny. Reflect on the late Chadwick Boseman, who, even while battling terminal illness, carried out his divine assignment with clarity, intention, and impact. He knew his time was sacred. So is yours. You don't have to wait until things are perfect. You don't have to wait until you feel ready. The alignment has already begun, and the universe is holding its breath, watching how you respond. Are you speaking with power? Are you walking in faith? Are you releasing what no longer serves so that your hands are free to receive what does? This eclipse is your doorway into divine reality, not just to dream, but to declare, not just to hope, but to co-author your future with the Creator. This is more than light meeting shadow. It's God meeting you at the exact place where your desire and His purpose intersect. What you do now, what you speak now, what you believe now will echo into the next chapter of your story. Stay focused, stay inside, stay aligned. God has not merely invited you to stay inside, He has commanded it. And when God issues a command, chosen one, it is never without purpose. There is divine strategy behind this sacred instruction, and your obedience carries weight beyond your comprehension. You must understand, the spiritual energy surrounding this eclipse is not just powerful, it is volatile, dynamic, raw with transformation. In the same way that fire refines but can also consume, this energy can either elevate or disrupt, depending on where and how you position yourself. If you step outside during this sacred moment, not just physically, but energetically, you risk absorbing interference from chaotic vibrations that were never meant to touch your soul. Do you feel the tug between stillness and distraction? That's not coincidence. That's spiritual warfare disguised as curiosity. The command to stay indoors is not about fear, it is about fortification. God is creating a sanctuary around you, a bubble of divine containment where your energy can be preserved, protected, and purified. It's like Noah being instructed to enter the ark, not to hide, but to survive what others wouldn't endure. Come, my people, enter your chambers and shut your doors behind you. Hide yourselves for a little while until the fury has passed by. Isaiah 26:20. What if stepping outside means missing the very revelation God crafted specifically for you? What if obedience is your protection and stillness is your armor? Think of Anne Frank, hidden away in silence for years during the darkest of times. Though the outside world crumbled, her inner world became a sanctuary of reflection, writing, revelation. Her words outlived the war. Air voice, born in confinement, echoed into eternity. Chosen one, your stillness right now is not a void, it's a womb. You are not being silenced, you are being sanctified. Outside, there will be chaos. Distractions will come dressed as urgency. Confusion will parade itself as opportunity. The world will pull at you with promises of movement, but you must resist. Inside, There is peace inside. There is alignment inside. There is divine communication that requires your undivided attention. Can you discern the divine from the distractions? Can you stay focused long enough to hear what God is saying in this hour? The enemy knows he can't stop the eclipse, so instead, he'll try to stop you from receiving what the eclipse brings. That's why guarding your energy right now is critical. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Proverbs 4:23. And your heart, your spiritual center, is vulnerable during moments of energetic shift, stepping outside too soon, engaging with the wrong energy, letting the wrong conversation enter your space. It's like leaving a candle exposed in a storm. Even nature teaches us this principle. When a caterpillar begins its metamorphosis, it does not transform out in the open. It retreats into a cocoon, a sealed, silent chamber where the sacred work of transformation can happen without disturbance. You are in that cocoon now. Stay there. Stay present. Your spiritual DNA is rearranging. Your thoughts, your dreams, your emotions are being rewired. This is not just rest, it's rebirth. It's not punishment, it's preparation. Think about Simone Biles. When she stepped away from the Olympics, the world panicked. But what she did in private, in stillness, in sacred withdrawal, preserved not only her mental and physical health, it preserved her purpose. Her return was more powerful because it was birthed from obedience to her inner knowing. In that same way, you must honor your divine instructions, no matter how radical they seem to others. God is not asking the masses to stay inside. He's asking you, because you are chosen, and chosen ones are protected differently, processed differently, positioned differently. And yes, you will be tempted to peek outside figuratively and literally, to respond to texts, engage in drama, scroll through noise, or entertain the world's chaos. But every distraction is a seed that delays your harvest. This eclipse is about consecration. It's about saying, not this time, not today. I choose to stay in the sacred. You shall be holy to me. For I, the Lord, am holy, and have separated you from the peoples, that you should be mine. Leviticus 20:26. This is your separation. This is your sanctification. God is not punishing you. He is hiding you to prepare you. And consider the story of Galileo. While imprisoned by the church for daring to speak truth about the cosmos, he remained focused, confined to a small house, cut off from the world. He deepened his insights and left a legacy that shifted the very way we see the universe. Sometimes, being sealed off from the world is what gives birth to the vision that changes it. Could it be that your silence now is the birthplace of a breakthrough the world isn't ready for? This time of solitude is divine incubation. A seed buried underground does not panic. It trusts the darkness. It trusts the process. It trusts the promise that, in time, it will bloom. That's you. Don't sabotage your own blooming by exposing your roots to premature storms. Trust the instruction. Stay inside. Hold the line. Protect your peace. Protect your frequency. The eclipse will pass, but what it activates in you, if received with obedience, will remain forever. You are not just watching history. You are becoming part of it. The stars above you, chosen one, are not just twinkling ornaments scattered across the night sky. They are precise instruments in the divine symphony of creation, part of a grand cosmic blueprint designed by the Creator long before you ever took your first breath. For millennia, sages, prophets, and astrologers have looked to the stars not out of superstition, but out of reverence, recognizing that these celestial bodies reflect deeper truths about divine timing and spiritual cycles. The rare spiritual eclipse you're about to witness is no random cosmic event. It is a calculated alignment within God's master plan. Have you ever felt like the universe was speaking to you through patterns, numbers, or sudden insights? That's not your imagination, that's divine communication encoded in the stars. As these heavenly bodies shift into formation, something ancient awakens. The energies being released are not just astronomical, they are spiritual, personal, and sacred. This particular alignment of planets and stars has not occurred in your lifetime, and may never again in the same way. It is a divine summons. The frequencies created by this convergence act as a spiritual amplifier, intensifying what's already stirring inside you. Your intuition will sharpen like a sword. Your inner knowing will rise like a tide. He determines the number of the stars and calls them each by name. Psalm 147:4. If God can name each star, do you not think he has appointed this moment for you with divine precision? Consider Galileo Galilei, not only a scientific revolutionary, but a man who saw the stars as keys to unlocking divine order. Despite persecution, he understood what others feared, that celestial movements were not contradictions of faith, but confirmations of it. The heavens were always meant to be signs for those wise enough to look, and God said, "Let there be lights in the vault of the sky, and let them serve as signs to mark sacred times and days and years." Genesis 1:14. This eclipse, this alignment, is one of those sacred times. Are you tuned in to what the heavens are declaring? Let's bring this to today. Think of Carl Jung, the famed psychologist, who openly spoke about the connection between the psyche and the stars. He didn't separate spiritual awakening from cosmic alignment. He believed the patterns in the heavens mirrored the patterns in our souls. That's what's happening right now. As above, so within. The energetic field forming during this eclipse isn't just external, it's internal. It's as if the sky itself is pressing play on a spiritual activation coded deep within your being. You may feel waves of emotion, sudden revelations, or heightened dreams. These are not accidents. They are confirmations that your spirit is in sync with the divine broadcast. As the stars take their positions, a spiritual window opens wide. And chosen one, that window is for you. Have you been praying for a sign, for a breakthrough, for clarity about your path? This celestial movement is your answer. The planets are not just orbiting, they are forming a divine announcement. The sky is saying, "It's time." This is your chance to align not just with fate, but with destiny, not with trends, but with truth, not with fear, but with frequency. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Psalm 19:1. And what they are proclaiming now is nothing short of magnificent. Even in modern culture, we see this truth echoed. Visionaries like Steve Jobs often credited moments of clarity and innovation to their alignment with something greater, something intuitive, almost cosmic. Jobs spoke of silence, space, and surrendering to flow. That's the power available to you in this moment, a chance to stop striving and start flowing with divine momentum. Are you brave enough to let go of what's forced and enter into what's aligned? And what about historical empires? Entire civilizations rose and fell according to the cycles of the heavens. The Mayans, Egyptians, Babylonians, they didn't just observe the stars, they built their sacred temples in direct alignment with them. Why? Because they understood what many have forgotten: when the stars shift. So does destiny. Could it be that your destiny is being recalibrated right now, under this same sacred sky? Your heightened awareness is not a coincidence. Your sudden emotional sensitivity, spiritual downloads, even the restlessness you feel, they're all signals that your inner world is attuning to a higher frequency. This is not just awakening. This is activation. Lift up your eyes on high and see. Who created these? He who brings out their host by number, calling them all by name. Isaiah 40:26. God is not just the author of stars. He is the designer of divine intersections, and this is one of them. Think of the moment when Albert Einstein described his most profound theories. They didn't come through pure logic. They came through inspiration, intuition, flashes of insight that felt more spiritual than scientific. He once said, "The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and science. This eclipse is your mystery. This is your divine moment of inspiration. So what will you do while the heavens speak and the earth holds its breath? Will you keep scrolling, doubting, second-guessing your knowing? Or will you surrender to the sacred and say, 'Yes, God, I see the signs, and I align'? This isn't astrology versus faith. This is faith through creation. This is prophecy told through planetary precision. This is divine science. And it has arrived for you. The cosmos is not distant. It is divine choreography, and you are part of its rhythm. As the eclipse begins to unfold, something extraordinary will stir. In the spirit realm, an unseen convergence, a spiritual pulling together of God's chosen ones across the earth. This is not imagination. This is a divine appointment written in the stars. You may not see it with your eyes, but your soul will feel it. Can you sense it already? The magnetic force of heaven drawing you into alignment, not just with your own destiny, but with the global body of other chosen souls who carry a flame like yours. It's a spiritual summoning, a holy gathering orchestrated by God Himself. For where 2 or 3 gather in my name, there am I with them. Matthew 18:20. But what happens when thousands gather in spirit aligned, awakened, and willing? A wave of energy begins to form, and it cannot be stopped. This is your moment to not only connect with your higher self, but to tap into the collective consciousness of others walking in their divine assignment. Think of it like a spiritual symphony, each chosen one playing their part, their prayer, their purpose, until the vibration becomes too strong for darkness to withstand. What you feel stirring inside is not just personal awakening, it's collective ignition. Can you imagine the power of 1,000 chosen ones praying with a singular focus? At the same time, under the same celestial canopy, this is that hour. As your energy converges with others, a current of love, power, and revelation will begin to move through the spiritual atmosphere like a river of light. And you are not a bystander, you are a vessel. They were all together in one place, and suddenly a sound like the blowing of a violent wind came from heaven and filled the whole house where they were sitting. Acts 2:1-2. The upper room is opening again, but this time, it's global. This type of unity is sacred. Even in modern times, we've seen the power of unified intention. Think of the global prayer movements during crisis events, where millions paused to intercede. Healing occurred. Peace returned. Chaos broke. One such example is the international prayer wave during Nelson Mandela's release. Millions around the world raised their voices, and the chains fell. When chosen ones unite, chains always fall. But what about now? Will you lend your voice to this global convergence? Or will you miss the rhythm of the divine invitation? During this sacred convergence, your prayers will not fall on deaf ears. No. Beloved, your words will thunder through the heavens. The atmosphere is ripe for miracles, and your utterances have never carried more weight. Every whispered desire, every holy declaration, every tear-soaked petition will be caught by angels and delivered before the throne. The prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. James 5:16. In this moment, your prayers don't just shape your present, they sculpt your future. They mold the spiritual climate for generations to come. What are you praying for? A breakthrough? A healing? A sign? Pray boldly. Speak prophetically. Manifest intentionally. The universe is not just listening, it is responding. Consider the story of Martin Luther King Jr. The night before delivering his final speech, he was overcome with emotion, sensing something divine approaching. His words that night were more than speech. They were prayer in motion. He said, "I've seen the promised land." His prayer became legacy. In that same spirit, chosen one, your declarations during this eclipse carry legacy-level power. This is not just emotional energy, it is generational energy. Use it well. Use it with holy fear. Speak what aligns with the kingdom, and watch as heaven releases what no man can block. But there's a condition. To maintain this divine connection, your heart must remain pure. This energy is not casual, it is delicate, sensitive, reactive. Any presence of sin, bitterness, or conflict can pollute the channel through which your power flows. You must guard your mind and protect your peace like a sacred altar. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Psalm 51:10. Do not engage with negativity. Do not war with people. The spiritual war is not against flesh and blood. It is against frequencies that want to drag you back into old mindsets. During this sacred time, forgiveness is not weakness, it is warfare. Love is not passive, it is power. Even in the life of Jesus, we see this model. Before performing miracles, he often withdrew from the crowds to pray alone. Why? Because spiritual potency requires spiritual purity. The chosen must be insulated before they can be activated. This eclipse is your insulation. Avoid every quarrel. Avoid every distraction. Every word you speak now will echo. Every thought you think will multiply. If you allow anger to rise, it will ripple. If you release peace, it will spread. Choose wisely. Even celebrities have grasped this truth, though not always calling it by name. Look at someone like Malala Yousafzai. Her resolve, her peace in the midst of global attention and previous trauma, shifted global consciousness around education for girls. Her inner alignment during high-pressure moments created a spiritual and cultural wave. That same spiritual influence is stirring within you now, but it must be protected. What's being deposited into your spirit during this eclipse is holy. It is meant to be guarded. This is not just a time for stillness, it is a time for reverence, for worship, for sacred dialogue with the divine. You are not only being transformed, you are helping to transform the world. Your energy is a thread in a greater tapestry being woven across the spiritual realm. The more you remain in peace, the brighter your thread glows. So stay pure, stay grounded, stay grateful. Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, and be thankful. Colossians 3:15. Chosen one. You have never been more needed than now. The heavens are watching. The earth is responding. The Spirit is moving. Stay aligned. Stay in prayer. Stay in love. The world will feel the shift you help create, and history will remember the day you stayed inside and lit up the universe from within. As the eclipse draws closer, chosen one, the atmosphere around you will begin to hum with invisible intensity. You'll feel it not just in the sky, but in your bones, in your spirit, in the space between your thoughts. It won't come as thunder, but as a quiet quake. Suddenly, emotions may rise without warning. You might cry without reason or feel joy, so overwhelming it leaves you breathless, and just as suddenly, you'll slip into silence, introspective, thoughtful, seeing life not just as it is, but as it could be. Have you asked yourself lately, why am I feeling so much all at once? These fluctuations are not a flaw, they are the signs of realignment. Your energy is syncing with heaven's rhythm. You're being drawn into the current of divine truth. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12:2. This is that renewal in action, and it's going to stretch you. The universe is recalibrating everything: your thoughts, your heart, your destiny. And while it's beautiful, it's also disruptive. There may be moments when the familiar feels foreign. Relationships may wobble, old habits may crumble, inner fears might try to claw their way back to the surface. But chosen one, don't retreat into doubt. Instead, ask yourself, what is this discomfort trying to reveal to me? These tremors are not to harm you, they're meant to break chains. See, I am doing a new thing, now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? Isaiah 43:19. This is a holy upheaval, the kind that clears out the clutter and makes room for revelation. Oprah Winfrey has spoken about how her deepest awakenings came not during celebration, but in moments of radical stillness and quiet reflection, when she pulled back from the spotlight and listened deeply to her spirit. That's what this eclipse is inviting you to do. The world is loud, the timelines, the texts, the news, the endless chatter, it's all designed to drown out your divine frequency. But in the sacred hush of eclipse energy, silence becomes a superpower. Have you forgotten what your soul sounds like when the world is quiet? The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14:14. Stillness isn't just rest, it's revelation. Chosen one. Meditate. Pray. Breathe. Go inward, not as escape, but as activation. The wisdom you've been seeking is not out there. It's within you, waiting behind the noise, behind the fear, behind the rush. Picture Nelson Mandela, who after years of silence in a prison cell emerged not bitter, but filled with vision. That silence was not his captivity, it was his cocoon. Likewise, this quiet season of the eclipse will not diminish you, it will define you. Are you willing to be alone long enough to become unshakable? Yet be warned, not everything about this shift will feel like light. Every real transformation includes a spiritual battle. During this eclipse, you may feel that conflict rising not between you and others, but within. You will feel the pull of old habits, the voice of doubt, the sting of fear. But don't be alarmed. That tension is confirmation that something holy is happening. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty in God for pulling down strongholds. 2 Corinthians 10:4. Are you ready to confront the old lies you've been living with? You are not fighting flesh. You are wrestling for your soul's full expression. Don't fight with others. Fight for your peace, your clarity, your light. Consider Malala Yousafzai, who stood in defiance of fear and darkness. even after being attacked for her convictions. Her power didn't come from rage or noise. It came from inner clarity. That's the kind of quiet power God is birthing in you now. As the energies clash, you must hold your ground. Anchor your thoughts in divine truth. Refuse to let fear mutate your faith. Do not surrender to inner panic. Surrender to God. He is the one carrying you through this inner fire. So let me ask, what inner battle are you finally ready to stop avoiding? The eclipse will not just flash by like a shooting star. This is a sacred stretch of time, 1 to 2 days, that will feel like walking through a spiritual birthing canal. You'll feel the contractions of change. You'll feel the discomfort of shedding old skin. But oh, chosen one, what emerges will be divine. Your vision will sharpen. Your understanding will deepen. Your awareness of who you really are will explode into something undeniable. Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because, having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life. James 1:12. The test is temporary, but the crown is eternal. Will you endure the temporary stretching for the sake of eternal purpose? Even someone like Steve Jobs experienced profound shifts after long periods of spiritual reflection, particularly after traveling through India. That time away from the chaos, that deliberate retreat into spiritual pursuit, reshaped his entire worldview, and his innovation changed history. Likewise, this sacred pause isn't about stillness for the sake of stillness. It's to prepare you for your own personal innovation, your legacy, your emergence. Could the silence you're resisting be the exact soil your destiny needs to grow? During this eclipse, give yourself permission to rest. Give yourself permission to receive. Transformation doesn't always feel good, but it's always good for you. The process may push you, but it will also elevate you. Be gentle. Don't rush. Let the divine do what it must in your heart, in your body, in your mind. When this window closes, you will not be the same. This is a divine stretch, and the ripple effect will echo through the months and years ahead. Your alignment now determines the acceleration later. So ask yourself, right now, who do I need to become so I can walk through this door that God has opened? You are being transformed not only for your sake, but for the sake of every life your light will touch. And the heavens are watching with expectancy as the spiritual eclipse continues to unfold. Chosen one, you must understand the profound magnitude of this moment. This is not simply a celestial phenomenon, it is a divine appointment. A sacred turning point written into your soul, contract long before you were born. Every thought you think during this time, every prayer you whisper, every decision you make will be magnified in the spiritual realm. Nothing is insignificant right now. The universe is listening intently, and heaven is taking notes. Your energy is being recorded. Your intentions are being weighed. Are you walking in alignment with who you were called to be, or are you entertaining distractions that dilute your divine assignment? Ask yourself honestly, what am I feeding during this sacred time? My faith or my fear? For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, so that each of us may receive what is due us, whether good or bad. 2 Corinthians 5:10. Though this is not a moment of judgment in the traditional sense, it is a moment of spiritual accounting. The seeds you plant now will shape the harvest of your future. You are setting the tone for the next season of your life. Will it be a season of divine acceleration or unnecessary delay? The power to decide lies in your response to this holy moment. History has always remembered those who chose purpose over comfort during times of transition. Consider Rosa Parks, who chose stillness on a bus and ignited a movement. Her moment of decision was quiet, but its ripple altered generations. Likewise, Your obedience in this moment may not look glamorous, but in the heavens, it is revolutionary. Are you willing to choose alignment over applause, solitude over popularity, obedience over ease? This is your invitation to rise not with noise, but with clarity, to step fully into the divine identity that has been waiting for your agreement. The world needs your light now more than ever. Not the watered-down version, not the masked version, the real, radiant, awakened version of you. And the eclipse is heaven's way of saying, now is the time, not tomorrow, not when you feel more qualified, not when others approve, but now. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. Isaiah 60:1. The universe is holding space for your emergence, but this emergence cannot happen until you embrace the inner work. True transformation begins in the hidden chambers of the heart. It is in the silence of this eclipse that your real awakening will take place. Can you hear it yet? The slowing of the noise, the gentle pull inward. It's not just stillness, it's spiritual surgery. Your soul is being cleansed, your spirit recalibrated. And this cleansing is not superficial. It reaches into the hidden crevices where old pain, buried wounds, and limiting beliefs have quietly held you back. When you enter this sacred stillness, your soul begins to purge everything that no longer aligns with your higher calling. The bitterness, the resentment, the comparison, the shame, one by one, these false layers begin to peel away. Have you ever walked into a cluttered room and suddenly realized you couldn't think clearly? That's what your spirit has been feeling. Cluttered, crowded, confused. But now, the divine is inviting you to clean house, to let go of what no longer serves, to release the baggage that's been blocking your blessings. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. 1 Peter 5:7. This is your casting moment. Will you finally lay it down? Even great leaders and creatives have experienced this sacred clearing. Maya Angelou, who once said, "There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you." Her journey toward peace began when she cleared space within her soul to let her truth rise. She didn't find her voice in the crowd, she found it in the quiet. And so will you. Inner peace is not the absence of challenges, it is the presence of divine alignment in the midst of them. When you anchor yourself in spiritual peace, the external chaos no longer rules you. Relationships begin to shift, not because others have changed, but because your vibration has. Decisions become easier because your mind is no longer split by fear. Your goals feel clearer because your soul is finally in agreement with heaven. Have you noticed how much lighter you feel when you're in flow with truth? This peace is not passive. It is the power that propels transformation. It is the soil in which divine ideas are planted. Once your inner world is still, your connection to higher realms becomes activated. Revelation begins to flow. Your spiritual gifts sharpen. You begin to move in prophetic rhythm, hearing things others can't, seeing through situations with divine perspective. The peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Philippians 4:7. This isn't just emotional calm, it's spiritual positioning. Let's not pretend it's easy. The road to inner peace is paved with deep self-reflection. You will have to confront what you've avoided. You will face discomfort, resistance, and shadows. But every bit of that darkness is being brought up to be healed, not to hurt you. Think of it like pulling out a thorn, painful in the moment, but necessary for the wound to finally close. Will you be brave enough to face what you've buried? Even celebrities like Jim Carrey have spoken about their spiritual awakenings and the quiet battle they had to fight within to find peace. After years of depression and chasing the external world, he said, "I wish people could realize all their dreams, so they could see that it's not the answer." He found peace not through applause, but through stillness and surrender. That's the peace that awaits you now. During this eclipse, God is not just offering you stillness, He is offering you a mirror that will show you who you were pretending to be and who you really are. Can you look without flinching? Can you embrace the shedding of false identity and finally walk in the truth of your calling? Because this moment, chosen one, is not just about you, your healing, your awakening. Your obedience will ripple into the lives of those connected to your destiny. Your light will unlock others. Your peace will bring calm to those around you. Your alignment will create opportunities for entire generations. But it all begins with one sacred decision. Will you honor this moment? As the eclipse passes through its most sacred phase, chosen one, the transformation you undergo begins to take root in every layer of your being. This is not surface-level change. This is soul-level recalibration. You are stepping into your true spiritual authority, not by force, but by alignment. The power you now feel isn't new. It's been within you all along. But now, for the first time, you are synchronized with the divine flow of the universe. Can you sense the difference? Can you feel how your actions, your words, even your thoughts, are flowing with greater clarity and grace? That's the power of divine alignment. And this is just the beginning. The changes you'll experience from this point forward will be deep, lasting, and beautifully orchestrated by something greater than yourself. Your emotions will stabilize, your clarity will sharpen, and the peace that now settles over you won't be temporary. It will be the foundation of a new season in your life. But this transformation is not just about what you receive, it's about what you give. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Matthew 5:14. Your peaceful soul becomes a beacon. Your healing becomes a highway for others. Your grace becomes someone else's oxygen. Have you ever noticed how one calm, loving person can shift the energy of an entire room? That person is now you. The transformation you carry within you is contagious, just like peace, just like love, just like light. By healing your own wounds, releasing your past, and aligning with your divine path, you become a vessel for collective healing, and that's no exaggeration. When one chosen one heals, the frequency of their entire environment rises. Have you ever wondered what the world would look like if more people did the inner work? What if your decision to evolve becomes the reason someone else finds hope? Think of someone like the Dalai Lama. He has spent decades cultivating inner peace, not for personal gain, but to raise global awareness of compassion and spiritual consciousness. His energy has influenced millions, and it began with a single internal decision to follow peace. You may not realize it yet, but your transformation has the same ripple potential. You are not small. You are a lighthouse. Now, as the spiritual eclipse thins the veil between heaven and earth, your prayers are entering a sacred zone of amplification. What you speak, think, and focus on during this time carries extraordinary force. It's as if heaven leans closer. Angels take dictation, and the universe opens its hands to receive your intentions. Before they call, I will answer. While they are still speaking, I will hear. Isaiah 65:24. Have you ever prayed and felt like nothing moved? That won't be the case now. This time, your words carry divine weight. The spiritual realm is listening with intention. You may not fully grasp how powerful your voice has become in this moment, but you must treat every thought and prayer with reverence. What are you asking for? Are you speaking from alignment or from anxiety? Are you focused on fear? Or are you boldly declaring what you know is already yours? Because right now, whatever energy you send out is being magnified. This is not theory. This is spiritual law. The universe is reflecting your energy back to you faster than ever. The window is open. Are you ready to walk through it? During a total solar eclipse in 1999, Archbishop Desmond Tutu led a prayer for peace that was broadcast across Africa. Though brief, that prayer created a sense of unity and calm in a continent facing immense challenges. Why? Because spiritual alignment during cosmic events creates exponential impact. That is the same power you're being invited into now. Chosen one. Your prayer is not just a request, it's a creative command. Whether you are praying for personal transformation, for financial overflow, or for divine relationships, this is your sacred moment to get crystal clear. Clarity is currency in the spirit realm. Ask specifically, ask with courage, ask from your higher self, not your fearful self. This is a time when even your whisper becomes a decree. Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. Mark 11:24. Your belief is the seed, your voice is the water. The eclipse is the light that speeds the growth. But remember, this isn't just about material blessings. It's about the evolution of your soul. It's about aligning your desires with divine destiny. Ask yourself, are your requests aligned with the highest version of you? Are you asking for what expands your soul or only what satisfies your ego? Because only what aligns with your true calling will be sustained. God is not interested in giving you what impresses the world. He wants to give you what transforms the world through you. Look at someone like Nelson Mandela. He didn't pray for escape. He prayed for strength, peace, and forgiveness. And those prayers didn't just change his life, they changed history. What if your next prayer is the one that shifts your entire timeline? Are you bold enough to ask for what your spirit actually craves? The eclipse is a cosmic mirror. It reflects your deepest truths and intentions back to you. The energy you put out will come back intensified. That's why your thoughts must be guarded. Your heart must be pure. Your focus must be intentional. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, think about such things. Philippians 4:8. This is not the time to dwell on what could go wrong. It's the time to envision what could go divinely right. As you focus your energy, visualize yourself already walking in the blessing. Speak as though it has happened. Give thanks in advance. The universe responds to gratitude with speed. The more aligned you are with your purpose, the faster you will witness the fruits of your prayers. The energy of the eclipse, chosen one, is not simply about celestial shadows or cosmic realignments. It's about what's shifting within you. This is not just a planetary event. It is an inner awakening, a sacred stirring that opens doors within your soul that you didn't even know existed. Can you feel it? That intuitive nudge, that sudden clarity, that pull to go deeper into yourself. This is not your imagination, it's your divine compass sharpening. During this time, your intuition will become razor sharp, and the spiritual insight you've been longing for will begin to flood into your being with breathtaking speed. You won't need to force the answers anymore. They will rise naturally, like light at dawn. Are you ready to trust what your spirit is already whispering? Moments of silence will become portals of revelation. As the world goes on spinning in noise and distraction, your soul will enter into alignment with something higher, something ancient and sacred. You'll notice that the questions you've asked for years, questions about your calling, your purpose, your path, will be answered in stillness. But are you still enough to hear them? These answers won't come from logic. They'll come as divine downloads, spiritual blueprints embedded into your consciousness from above. If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. James 1-5. And this, chosen one, is your moment of divine generosity. Even great minds throughout history experienced this kind of download. Albert Einstein spoke of receiving solutions to complex equations, not through method, but through intuition, through sudden insight that arrived like lightning. He once said, "The intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant." That same sacred gift is now awakening in you. You'll find that you're no longer guessing, you're knowing. You're not debating your next move, you're discerning it with divine precision. And this is not just a momentary gift. The wisdom you unlock now will guide you through transitions you haven't even seen coming yet. Are you ready to let your inner compass lead? But here's the truth. Divine wisdom cannot be earned through effort alone. It is not something you chase. It is something you allow. It is gifted, not forced. During this eclipse, heaven is offering you that gift. But you must make yourself available. You must be open-hearted, clear-minded, and humble enough to listen. Call to me, and I will answer you, and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Jeremiah 33:3. Are you willing to quiet your assumptions long enough to hear what heaven is actually saying? This is a time to elevate your spiritual disciplines. Meditation is no longer a suggestion. It is your meeting place with God. Prayer is not just comfort. It is communication with higher intelligence. Stillness is not inactivity. It is receptivity. In this sacred moment, your soul is being offered truth, vision, and direction from realms you've only brushed against before. Are you willing to receive what you didn't ask for, but deeply need? This wisdom will not always come wrapped in certainty. It may arrive as a feeling, a prompting, a dream. Trust it. The more you listen, the more you'll hear. The world outside, meanwhile, may look like it's unraveling. Conflicts will spike. Distractions will multiply. You'll be tempted to react, to defend, to get swept up in the emotional whirlwind of the collective. But chosen one, this eclipse gives you something greater, the chance to rise above it all through the gift of emotional balance. This isn't about becoming numb. It's about becoming anchored. Are you ready to stay calm when everything around you is spinning? Emotional mastery doesn't mean denying your feelings. It means not letting your feelings govern your fate. Better a patient person than a warrior. One with self-control than one who takes a city. Proverbs 16:32. This is your spiritual discipline in motion. To stay centered in a storm is not weakness, it is divine power. And that peace you cultivate within, it's not just for you. It spills out, it shifts atmospheres, it blesses others. Emotional balance is a sacred contribution to a chaotic world. Have you ever noticed how just one calm person in a room of panic changes everything? That one person is now you. Think of someone like Fred Rogers, better known as Mr. Rogers, whose calm demeanor and emotional integrity reached generations. He wasn't loud, he wasn't flashy, but his balance became his power. He showed us what it meant to meet chaos with gentleness, what it meant to offer peace as an act of spiritual leadership. That's what you're being called to embody now. Your stillness will speak louder than the world's shouting. As emotional waves rise during the eclipse, you will be tempted to return to old patterns, to lash out, to numb, to retreat into old wounds. But this time, choose differently. Choose a discipline. Choose awareness. Choose the higher road. This is the divine opportunity to create a solid emotional foundation that will support your growth for years to come. The calm you establish now will become your safe harbor in future storms. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. John 14:27. What if this peace is your inheritance, but you've just been too busy to collect it? Let this eclipse be your claiming moment. Emotional maturity isn't born overnight, but this cosmic window accelerates it. You're not reacting, you're responding. You're not crumbling, you're standing. You're not feeding drama, you're dissolving it with grace. And the more you practice this inner calm, the more the universe will trust you with divine assignments that require leadership, vision, and compassion. As you fully embrace the divine energy of the eclipse, chosen one, you'll begin to feel a surge of radiance from deep within, a brilliance that cannot be dimmed. This is not a metaphor. This is spiritual reality. Your light, once hidden beneath the layers of doubt, trauma, and hesitation, is now rising to the surface. Can you feel it, this sacred glow intensifying within you? That's your divine presence expanding. It's the light of clarity, purpose, and destiny breaking through. During this sacred cosmic alignment, your inner light is no longer just for you. It is a lamp set on a hill, shining brightly for the world to see. Let your light so shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Matthew 5:16. What kind of light are you allowing the world to see right now? The transformation, cleansing, and alignment that you've experienced throughout this eclipse have strengthened your spiritual presence in ways you may not have expected. Suddenly, your energy carries a new frequency, one of love, compassion, and divine wisdom. And guess what? That energy cannot be faked. It can't be hidden either. The people around you will begin to feel it. They'll be drawn to it. Opportunities that once felt out of reach will suddenly start flowing toward you. Not because you've changed who you are, but because you've finally become who you truly are. Are you ready to walk in the full version of yourself? Think of someone like Mother Teresa, whose spiritual light was so profound, it transcended language, culture, and politics. She wasn't rich or famous by the world's standards, but her light moved mountains. It drew people in, softened hearts, and shifted atmospheres. That's the power you carry now. Not because you're striving, but because you're aligned. Not because you're louder, but because you're purer. This kind of presence is not earned, it's unlocked. And the eclipse has been the key. With each moment that you choose to stand in your authenticity, your confidence deepens. The clarity you've been seeking isn't just finding you, it's becoming you. This is not the time to shrink back. This is the time to stand tall in your truth. Have you noticed how your sense of self-worth is elevating? That's not a coincidence. That's divine alignment. The path of the righteous is like the morning sun, shining ever brighter till the full light of day. Proverbs 4:18. The more you shine, the more heaven responds. The more you accept your divine nature, the more the universe pours favor, protection, and abundance into your life. And yes, that abundance is both internal and external. As your spiritual presence grows, you become a magnet for blessings, not just for yourself, But for others, people will begin to gravitate toward your calm, your wisdom, your energy. But let me ask you this. Are you ready to be the light someone else has been praying for? Are you ready to lead simply by being? This eclipse is not about performance. It's about presence. You don't need to do more. You need to be more of who you already are. As your light shines, it sends signals to heaven and earth. It tells the divine, I am ready. It tells the world, I have arrived. And it tells the darkness, you have no power here. You become a living, breathing vessel of healing. Every room you walk into changes. Every word you speak carries weight. This is your power now. This is your gift. Use it well. But for your light to remain bright, you must stay clear. The spiritual eclipse has given you more than light. It has given you the rare opportunity to reset, to start fresh, to release everything that once dimmed your glow. This is not just emotional cleansing, it's energetic detox. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come, the old has gone, the new is here. 2 Corinthians 5:17. Can you feel the heaviness lifting? That's not just relief, that's resurrection. The past, your wounds, your regrets, your fears does not belong in your future. The eclipse is the sacred doorway through which you can now release all that was never yours to carry. And what better time than now to let it go? The negative energies that have clung to your aura, the emotional residue from past relationships, the self-doubt inherited from other people's opinions, these have no place in the life God is preparing for you. Do you really want to bring old burdens into a new season? Think of it like spring cleaning for your soul. Just as you open your windows to let the stale air out and fresh wind in, this spiritual reset invites you to release the energies that have weighed you down. Take a moment. Close your eyes. Breathe in. What are you ready to let go of? Fear, comparison, bitterness, insecurity, let it all fall away. Cast your burden on the Lord, and He will sustain you. Psalm 55:22. God is not asking you to carry it, He's asking you to surrender it. Celebrities like Russell Brand have spoken openly about this kind of release. After battling addiction and inner torment, he shifted his focus towards spiritual growth and healing. He describes it as shedding layers of ego and pain until his soul could finally breathe. And that's what this eclipse is doing for you. It's helping your soul breathe again. But don't approach this reset casually. Do it intentionally, whether through prayer, journaling, meditative stillness, or energy-clearing rituals. Choose a method that honors your spirit. Light a candle and declare freedom. Sit in silence and visualize the burdens leaving your body. Speak the names of the things you are releasing, and say goodbye. This is sacred work, and as you do it, you'll feel your frequency rise. You'll feel lighter, brighter, free, and as the negative clears, the positive rushes in. Joy, clarity, courage, creativity, divine confidence. They all start filling the space once occupied by fear. You'll wake up feeling more grounded. You'll walk into situations with less anxiety and more authority. The burdens of yesterday will not follow you into tomorrow. The reset is real and it's permanent, if you claim it. Beloved, as you continue to clear your energy field and realign with your divine path, you'll begin to notice something extraordinary. The world around you starts to shift. Circumstances change. Conversations feel lighter. The people you attract seem more aligned. Opportunities appear that match your soul's true calling. This is not wishful thinking. This is divine cause and effect. When your inner world is transformed, Your outer world follows suit. Healthier relationships begin to take root. Doors you once knocked on open without resistance. The work you do carries deeper meaning. Your very presence becomes magnetic. Why? Because you are no longer operating from wounds, you are flowing from wisdom. No longer surviving from the past, you are creating from purpose. This cosmic reset is not just a moment in time, it is a spiritual milestone. You've journeyed through the shadows, you've faced the silence, you've received the downloads, and now you are emerging with a soul that is cleaner, clearer, and more confident. But please, dear one, be patient with yourself. Transformation is not always smooth. Sometimes, the release of negative energy can stir up old emotions, fear, sorrow, confusion. Memories you thought you had buried may resurface, not to torment you, but to offer final release. Let them pass through you. Don't resist them. Don't judge yourself. This is healing in motion. You are not regressing, you are purging, like cleaning out a sacred temple. Sometimes it gets messier before it gets brighter. But on the other side of this clearing is stability. On the other side is lightness. On the other side is clarity that no storm can shake. Being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion. Philippians 1-6. You are not finished yet, but you are undeniably further than you've ever been. I want to take a sacred moment to thank each and every one of you who have walked through this spiritual journey with me. Whether this is your first video or your 40th, your presence means more than you know. Thank you to all who have supported this mission through Super. Thanks. Your generosity helps fuel this divine work. And whether you've donated or not, know this, I am deeply, sincerely grateful for you, your energy, your prayers, your engagement, your willingness to grow it all contributes to this collective elevation. This message is free, but your faith, your time, and your support make it powerful. You are a vital part of this chosen community, and I honor you. If this message has stirred something in your spirit, if you've received clarity, healing, or hope from it, consider sowing back into this work through Super Thanks. It helps us reach more people who need light in the darkness. But again, whether you give or not, I am thankful beyond words. Your growth, your transformation, your light, that is the greatest offering of all. And now, I release a blessing over you. May your soul remain open and soft, even as you rise in strength. May the clarity you've received today continue to deepen and direct your path. May every negative energy be replaced with divine assurance. May your spirit attract favor. Your words speak healing, and your presence bring peace. May you walk boldly into this new chapter, knowing that you are chosen, you are covered, and you are ready. You didn't just survive the eclipse, you transcended through it. Type, I receive this light, in the comments if you're claiming your transformation. Share this message with someone who needs to reset their spirit. And remember, your light is no longer optional, it is necessary. The world needs what only you can radiate. God bless you. I love you, and I'll see you in the next divine message.